So, they changed my medication the last time I went to see my doctor, and it's just now starting to settle. Every time they change my medications, I get even more crazy. But they keep having to change my medications because outside influences keep pushing me towards mental breakdowns that look like I need more medication, which only causes more breakdowns, which only gives these people more power to know that they can hurt me. This is why I say I could sue if I had the money. The emotional distress that they've caused me has caused my medication to be changed and upped multiple times over the last 3 years. And it's distressing to me every time. And they are documenting why it's being changed. Like, when I get to go to court with this, I'll have documentation dated from my doctor and my therapist about the things that they've tried to do to help me, and that I told them that it was these people that were terrorizing me and making me feel unsafe and making me feel like I was going to be injured if I didn't hurt myself. They don't understand the full gravity of what they do to people when they intentionally go after the mentally ill. Every time I have to change my medication, it's hard for me. It makes me want to go off the medication completely. It makes me want to completely give up because it's obviously never going to get better. When y'all say I'm not doing anything to fight, you don't take into account the fact that I am in therapy, and I am medicated, and I am constantly trying to switch up and fix my medication to make it work around what you are doing to me. Intentionally doing to me because you make money doing it. There's only so much medication can do when the problem isn't in my head. The threats I'm receiving, the things that I'm going through, happen in real life. Those court records they're going to go over and switch names around to make it look like I did things I didn't do when they're not even reading a document about me. That's real. That's really something that's going to happen. The fundraiser to urinate on my brother's grave, that was real. My aunt going to the grave with the apple juice, that was real. These are real. These are real things that are in my head. The fact that they're making merchandise using Roberta's name and calling her a potato. Do y'all even understand the full, they're mocking a disabled woman by calling her a potato while still pretending to want justice for her. That is infuriating. That is an infuriating thing, and nobody is bothered by it. Roberta Laws did not deserve to be put on a t-shirt labeled a potato or with dirt and shovels. She didn't deserve to be killed, but she doesn't deserve for these channels to be profiting off of mocking her death just because she doesn't have any family to stand up for her. What they're doing is wrong. What happened to her was wrong, and what they're doing now is wrong. And they're going to argue that it's okay because she's dead and nobody can stand up for her. I'm going to speak up even though I'm not allowed, because it's wrong. She was a human being, and you are marketing her as a potato because of her disability and profiting and making money. And you don't even understand how grotesque that is. How illegal that would be if she had a single person in her family. But she doesn't. Which is the same reason you go after me, because I don't have a single person that will speak up for me. So, here's one question. Y'all tell me it's my fault I don't have anybody that will speak up for me. Does that mean that it's her fault that she didn't have anybody? Are you trying to imply that not having anybody in life means you deserve to be abused and you deserve to be hurt? When all this began, people did speak up for me, and they were immediately attacked, and now people are scared. Why wouldn't they be? The way these channels go after to destroy. Why would anybody speak up against them unless they wanted to be killed? Hi. I have wanted death for a very long time, and I will continue speaking out even though it terrifies me. How can I want to die and still be terrified of the prospect? I'm crazy. Fun, right? And I'm still fighting to live by altering my medication, even though I do not actively want to be alive. And I know that's not going to change, because every day of my life is a nightmare because of other people that have inserted themselves into my life. I had completely detached from my abusive family before these channels came. And now that's in my life again. Fuck it. God, I'm so tired, and it never gets better. It never gets easier. It's never going to. Because these channels won't allow it to. No matter how much I've changed since 2009, they will not let me be a different person than I was in 2009, when I was unmedicated, with no therapy, and no support. Just everybody hating me constantly. Because I wasn't good enough for what they thought I should have been. My family always just needed me to blame. My sister blames me because she didn't graduate high school, as if I chose for her to have kids. She gets mad at me because I didn't have kids, and I still didn't have a life. I wanted kids. You know? The choices they made in their life, they have blamed me for, because I didn't make the same choices, or wasn't capable, or did something different. And it's frustrating, and that's why I detached from these people. I detached from them on my own. I was homeless because I didn't want to be influenced by these people in my family anymore. When I started getting help, I didn't want to ever be influenced by those abusive, narcissistic beings that had held me down and used me and hurt me for so long. I was supposed to be getting help and getting better, and I was. Until these channels swarmed me. And now my life is nothing but this narcissistic, abusive, I have to defend my existence every day instead of actually existing. I'm not allowed to actually live because I first have to defend my right to do so to thousands of people who have already decided I don't have that right. And I know very few people understand, and others think that I'm just making it all up or being manipulative. Because you can't speak your mind without being manipulative these days. That's why they don't like me to write down my thoughts. I'm able to put them in order too well. I've changed and I've done so much to get around them abusing me, and it just doesn't end. I don't own furniture because I don't want them to hurt me for owning a chair. I don't put up pictures or anything on my walls because I don't want them to hurt me for putting things on my walls. I don't show off my life because I don't want them to hurt me for seeing something that they don't have. These are things that I can't do because these channels have taken over. They take everything I post and they twist it into something people will hurt me for. And they spread it to thousands. And they just wait. And they let others do their work. The threats and the harassment. It doesn't have to come from the creators themselves. Because they have thousands of people willing to do that work for them. That's the power of being a big creator with a big audience. And their power really comes from the fact that their audience is hateful and spiteful and angry and likely not doing very well in life because they're angry at everybody else and they want to see people below them who they feel have taken from them in some way suffer. Because the middle class, they seem to look at the lower class as the problem. You know, if this person wasn't on welfare, our paychecks would be bigger and our houses would be cheaper and everything would be better. But that's not really how the government works. Even if they cut out welfare, your payments are not going to go down or up. Nobody understands. I keep trying to explain to people that can't understand me. It's as if I'm speaking an alien language and desperately trying to be heard.